Hey guys, what is up? Mike here, Laker Talk here with another video. I want to go over, give my opinion on the guys who we have signed right now on the Lakers roster. Talk about the roster a little bit, each player, and give my opinion on each one of them really quick. And just kind of talk about who I think is going to make the team. Now, we have over 16, 17 guys signed right now. At the end of the day, we can only have 15 guys signed, okay, start a training camp. And only 12 of them, 12 to 13 of them can actually be active. Okay, so barring everyone's healthy, you got 15 guys, you're only gonna have, 12 to 13 guys that are active, and the other 2 or 3 are going to have to be inactive, D-League, whatever. All right, so I'm gonna go over that and just give my opinion and my thoughts. Now, just recently we signed Zach August and Travis Wear. Now, I didn't know too much about Travis Wear. I looked him up. He played for New York not too long ago. I believe he played for UCLA. I had no clue. This guy went under the radar for me. I looked him up. He looks like a Ryan Kelly. Okay, so if you don't know anything about this guy Travis Wear, which I didn't, after about 10 minutes of watching film, he looks. You just think of Ryan Kelly, and that's Travis Wear, in my opinion. Zach August is like a light-skinned version of Tariq Black, right? But in my opinion, not as athletic as Tariq Black. So there's going to be some issues there. Long story short, I think it's a long shot for these two guys to make the team. They're signed right now just to give them to give them like a preseason, give them time in a preseason, give them some run a little bit, but at the end of the day, I don't think they make the team. Zach August might end up in the D-League. Who knows? But let's go over like some of the other guys, okay? Let's just get the starters out of the way. D'Angelo Russell, a baller. This is his year to become a superstar. This is the start of him becoming a superstar. We got Jordan Clarkson at the 2 with his improved jump shot, and he's showing in the offseason and things like that. I expect him to ball out, right? We got him tied up for 4 years, which is under a great contract. I love those two guys, D'Angelo Russell and Jordan Clarkson. At the 3, Luol Deng, okay? Luol Deng is going to start over Brandon Ingram, okay? We got Brandon Ingram as a backup, our rookie, 18-year-old rookie. Brandon Ingram will possibly come off the bench the first year. Remember, Kobe Bryant came off the bench the first year and a half. He played behind Eddie Jones, so don't get all crazy that you might want Brandon Ingram to start. Eventually, he is going to start. It's great for him to watch a seasoned Luol Deng sort of get some run. And before you know it, Brandon Ingram is so skilled. His skill level and upside is so far beyond Luol Deng. He might be starting mid-season. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so you got those two guys, Luol Deng and Brandon Ingram. At the 4, you got Julius Randle. We're expecting Julius Randle to be... We're expecting a lot of it out of Julius Randle, right? A lot of us, we want him to improve the jump shot. We want him to become a playmaker. We want him to be more of a well-rounded basketball player, okay? He's already a beast on the boards. He's already a bully. He has a good first step, but we expect a lot out of Julius Randle this year, okay? But he's our starting 4. Behind him, you got basically Larry Nance Jr. off the bench, okay? High energy guy. And then you got Tariq Black behind them playing the tweener position. Tweener position meaning he's like a 4, 5, but not right for both of those positions, right? So you got those 3 guys, Rando, Larry Nance Jr., and Tariq Black at the 3, or at the 4. Then at the 5, you got 3 centers. You got Mozgov, who's our starting center, right? Good pick and roll guy, fills up a lot of space. You got Jian Lian, this guy we just signed from China. He's going to play. We signed him 1 year for around $1 to $8 million. He's going to play, so he's not going to sit on the bench. He's going to be our backup center. And then you got Zubac, who's right there, a young guy who we need to bring up. But the question is whether or not he's going to get a lot of minutes. I think he's a better defender than E, but he's not as seasoned as E just yet, because E's been playing around for actually over 10 years now, right? He played 5 years in the NBA, 4 years in China, so he's like a 10-year vet, and he's got a seasoned game in a sense, right? He's not a bully, he's not a banger, but he can shoot the 3 ball, so I expect him to be the backup center. So you got also behind, I didn't mention, behind Jordan Clarkson, obviously you got Lou Williams. Lou Williams is an absolute stud in terms of, he's like our Jamal Crawford. He's an instant scorer. He has a good contract right now, $7 million. Without him being traded, he's going to play a lot of minutes and be called on a lot for the Lakers. Behind D'Angelo Russell, you got Marcelo and you got Jose Calderon. Now these are two good guys. Marcelo is a better facilitator. He knows the Lakers. He knows how to play with the Lakers players. But Jose Calderon is not a bum. I just saw an article. He just quit the Spanish team and retired from the international play. And he said that he wants to play 4 more years at a high level. So he wants his body right. And I don't really watch too much of Jose Calderon, but when I was watching, I was like spent 15 minutes watching some highlight videos of him. He can ball, you know, so if he gets back to what he can do in the NBA, he's a very good backup point guard. Somebody that can give you 7, 10, 15 minutes and things like that. So between those two guys, Marcelo and Jose Calderon, I see those are guys battling for a lot of minutes, right? Jose Calderon's a better shooter. Marcelo is a better facilitator. He has more chemistry with players on the floor. He dish dimes. Odd man out, in my opinion, Nick Young. I see him getting stretched. I don't see him getting a lot of time at shooting guard or small forward. It's just he doesn't play defense. I don't know. I think he will get stretched before season begins. Anthony Brown. Everybody thinks I'm getting on him. Guys, this is not a charity, okay? You gotta be able to play at NBA level and play consistently to get a lot of play. In my opinion, he's the odd man out. He's instantly a D-League player to me. I don't see him being on the active roster. There's a lot of you on my timeline on Twitter said, Mike, stop hating on Anthony Brown. I think he can be a good 3D guy. Listen, he cannot shoot. He can't shoot consistently. He's a 4-year player. This is his 2nd year in the NBA, and he still has trouble. I just don't see it. I see him as a career D-League guy trying to get his game up there. So if he can get his game up there and come back, then I see him on the active roster. But as of right now, I see him on the inactive list in the D-League. So, but in my opinion, who's the odd man out? I just listed out like 15 players of these guys. Remember, I don't think Zach and Travis Ware are making the team. But that still leaves us with 15 players. You know, you got Zubac, who might be in the D-League sometime, be on the inactive list. But again, I like him get some minutes, but he's so young and still raw. He needs to grow a little bit. You might not want to put him out there with the Sharks, but like Golden State Warriors kept 3 centers on their active roster. Remember, they had Bogut's, Spates and Ezeli on the active roster all year, and they used them both. So the Lakers might do that with our 3 centers. You got, you know, Randall, Larry Nance Jr. and Tariq Black. Now Tariq Black is a tweener, right? He might not get a lot of minutes. He may so depending on, but Tariq Black can play. The question is, when is he going to get those minutes? Because you got Randall, you got Larry Nance Jr., and then you got our centers, Mozgov, E. So at what, he's not going to play the 3, he's going to have to play the 4 or 5, and I just don't see at what point he gets those minutes. He might be an odd man out, might be on inactive list sometimes throughout the season, so I don't know. Depending on what we do with Nick Young, if we stretch him and don't sign any more players, then you keep one of those guys active throughout the year. So that's my thoughts. I think I went over everybody. I won't go too much in detail and make it too boring, but that's my thoughts. I think Zubac, Anthony Brown, and Tariq are likely to be on. I think Anthony Brown will be in the D-League, but I think he'd be inactive. Zubac might be inactive most of the time, and Tariq might be inactive. So barring we stretch Nick Young, I think that leaves Tariq Black to be active, in my opinion, or, you know, Zubac or whatnot. Anthony Brown, I just don't see it, guys. If you guys, you know, I don't know. I just don't see it. And, you know, I get on him a lot. I think he's a good guy. Just NBA-wise, I don't think he's ready. And that's my thoughts on the roster. This is very opinionated. It's subjective. Give me your thoughts on who you think makes our roster, our 12 guys, and who you think is on the inactive list. Hit me up in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for commenting. liking, and subscribing. And hit that subscribe button. And follow me on Twitter at Mike Sports LA if you want to continue to chat. More videos come. We'll talk soon. Peace.